Hello, people. This is the last time I'm going to be looking at this particular practical aspect of what forgiveness looks like in the light of being able to see people and experience people who have not forgiven and are not forgiven well. These are purely observations, and I hope that they make some measure of sense to you, and if they do, that you would apply them into maybe your own life. But we've spoken about the bad habit of unforgiveness. We've spoken about the fact that it traps us behind the wall of hurt, and the wall that works so well to keep hurt up, but now we can't respond to love. We've spoken about the fact that this same wall imprisons us, and we hold the key to the door to get out of that prison. So many pictures. I hope that you all have found your way through what I've been saying this last week. But I have learned one last one, and it's incredibly beautiful and totally biblical, that people who battle with forgiveness are going to battle with prayer. You see, God has said many times, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us, making prayer a great response to unforgiveness, but at the same time, forgiveness being the key to good prayer. When you harbor unforgiveness in your heart, and then you come and say, hey, Trevor, how come God's not answering my prayers? And I'm saying, well, maybe you need to check it out. Maybe what God has said could be true, that because your heart is full and hard and surrounded by this wall of miserable, critical spirit and victim's mentality, that God can't hear your prayer through the wall. And this wall you've put around doesn't just keep people out, it keeps God out, although he's still in. You know what I mean? And so when we want to pray, we can't pray. And God's saying, I can't hear you, the wall is too high. I can't hear you, the wall is too thick. The wall that you've built around your heart, blow that thing down, and then I'll be able to hear you and I'll be able to answer your prayer again. So the removal of the wall that we've spoken about the last couple of days is possibly one of the keys to answered prayer. So have a look at your life. When last did God answer any of your prayers? When last did God feel close to you? Because that wall is keeping him out as well as the hurt out and the love out. It's keeping God out as well. Although he's still in, but he's out, and you don't want that. So the key here, get rid of the wall, and answered prayer maybe just well become a probability instead of just some vague possibility. Now, this thing is critical. I want to read to you this. In Mark chapter 11, Jesus said, and whenever you stand praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him. Wow, that's hectic. If you have anything against anyone, don't mess around. Don't play games. Just forgive him, that your Father in heaven may also forgive you your trespasses. See, your forgiveness of people is critical in receiving forgiveness yourself. But if you do not forgive, neither will your Father in heaven forgive your trespasses. And that means that there's no prayer that's going to be answered. God cannot hear you. God won't hear you, even if he could, because you harbor this animosity in your heart. I hope and pray that today, as a result of what we've said this last week, the common sense of observations that we've had about people and about ourselves, and as I've spoken to you, I'm speaking to myself as well, that I fall into exactly the same category. And I have to tell you, there have been some times in my life that I really needed to forgive because I haven't done it well. So I'm putting myself out there amongst everybody who battles with the same things that I do too. But if you want your prayers answered, people, it's not just about the peace and the joy of God. It's about answered prayer as well. So forgive as Jesus has forgiven. Forgive Jesus' way, and watch what happens in your prayer life. While the wall still stands, while that wall gets higher and thicker, God can't hear your prayer anymore. Take it down, and you know how to do that. I'm not going to mention this again, but I hope you do. Cheers, guys. Bye.